If you're thinking about becoming a plumber or even just starting out, this video is going to save you so much time in years because we're going to get straight to it. I've got 20 years of experience while being a plumber. There's loads of stuff which you've been taught in college, which doesn't apply into the real world. And there's stuff which you need to learn in the real world of being a plumber, which you will never be taught when it comes to plumber. So the first subject we're going to touch on is skills. So your skills go further than just having your theory and understanding what you was doing in your theory when you was in college. Every good plumber, yeah, never ever stops learning. It's a process of constant learning. You're finding stuff out when you go onto other jobs because you're coming across stuff what you've never seen before, right? You might see a valve, you might see a pump, you might see a particular system installed in a certain way, and you're wondering to yourself, how's this working? And you might want to find out, and when you find out, you've now kept on learning. Keep re-educating yourself. That is one of the top skills. But your soft skills is something which you work on. So your soft skills will be your communicating. So communicating with customers, clients and developers and people of all of that nature who are involved in construction is the people who you be contacting and communicating with. So working on that communication. Your time keeping is something which you will have to keep to because you're doing jobs and people expect you to be there on time and they expect you to deliver the job on time as well. So timekeeping is a very good thing. Your professionalism. So you practice your professionalism in your everyday while dealing with customers, clients and talking to people in the wholesalers. These are things which add up to someone having good skill when it comes to being a plumber. It's much more than just doing good pipe work. There are many of us that do very good pipe work but lack communication skills, lack good timekeeping and might lack professionalism. So remember those things. Your skills is also going to lean on you doing system designing, yeah? Designing central heating systems, finding faults and also customer service. So that's where your communication comes in, your timekeep coming, and you're communicating on how the job is going as well, because that is very most important. So I do want people to take notes in every one of these sections, but we are ready to go to the next section. So let's get it. This section is called stress because it's necessary. You're going to find yourself at mental stress while doing this job because it's very demanding. This job needs you to be there early in the morning, needs you to be there late at night, and needs you to stay longer during the day. So therefore, you're just stressed out while you work. And there is this balance which you need to keep for yourself, which allows you not to be overly stressed out and too tired and obviously snappy at some point, innit? You know that can happen to a lot of people. So what we have to do as plumbers, we have to take responsibility if we're on a site because we're reporting to people, and in that chain of command, yeah, they have to report to someone else. So if the plumber's not reporting back to them, letting them know that they need materials, letting them know that they need this area closed off for the day, then there's this whole upset when it comes to running our day-to-day business. I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story about the time I've had clients and customers who are stressed out. There are certain particular types of taps that you find in high-end quality homes, and those taps might be water brush taps for a Pacific. You cannot get stocks for the parts for those taps. There is a general 3-month waiting, and the shop, that's how it works. They're a bespoke type of tap. They don't make loads and loads of taps, but if you do have them in, if you go there, this is something they will tell you. When I go back and tell now the customer's stressed out. They just want their thing fixed. We have to give them alternative answers to be able to say, oh, okay, maybe we'll replace them with this other one, or the other option is to buy another one. That can stress anybody out because they just want it fixed. The whole point is being able to manage that moment and not allowing it to override the whole day and pushing everything off and making you be upset for the day. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, who is the self-employed. Everybody talks about the dream about being self-employed and making loads of money and doing what they want because they're their own boss, but they don't tell you all about the taxes. You having to pay your own taxes, yeah? You having to make sure that you've got the right type of insurance to do the right type of jobs. They don't tell you about the dry spells as well, which definitely will happen. And chasing invoices and people for money in this time is very difficult. There are a lot of perks as well, but you've got to keep your own books. You've got to keep up with customer service. And the difference, as in someone being paid through something like PAYE, is they're going to get a salary. That's the difference. Some of us aim to be self-employed because this whole idea of being your own boss is amazing. I've had my own company for over 10 years now, and it's been a struggle, it's been a battle, it's been difficult. Again, I've named all of the things which I've done earlier, made sure I've got the right insurance, made sure that I am chasing people for invoices, understanding when I do have dry spells, what am I going to do? It's a barrage of things. It's a nice thing to say that you own your own company and you're self-employed, but it is also a hassle, and there isn't a lot of people who are on the top end of earning when it comes to being self-employed. We're talking a small amount. Which is the level of quality in all different environments. How do you maintain that? You maintain that as a plumber by setting your own standards, yeah? And they better be high if you want repeat business. That's how this industry works. If your standards are low and you're messy, untidy, not on time, these are the things which don't allow people to come and ring you again and say, excuse me, yeah, remember you done that job for me again? It's me again, mate. Yeah, can I? These are the things which people need to work on, or need to understand that those are so impactful when it comes to us getting repeat business and us allowing ourselves to grow and earn a good wage within being a plumber, which is having these standards of work. When you look at your work and you stand back and you say, oh, it's not bad, I wouldn't want it in my house though. You can't finish it like that. That's as simple as it is. You've got to make sure it looks good enough to be in your own house. That's how I've always been taught, and that's a little bit of advice for you. The sacrifices, what you're going to have to face becoming a plumber, is early starts, missing family parties and functions, yeah? Having to leave early because you've got work the next day. Also, the physical toll on your body. The amount of times that I've been at work and I've heard someone say, oh, like when they're just leaning up, because you put strain on your back when you're working. You're also working in awkward conditions, right? So when I mean awkward conditions, I mean, I might be laying on my back with my hands up like that, working like that. It's not comfortable for a long period of time, but I know that it will only take me 20 minutes. But that 20 minutes position might hurt my back tomorrow. Having a too heavy tool bag is going to weigh you down, and you slugging that around everywhere is not good for your back. Yes, you've got lumbar supports on your fancy bags, but at the end of the day, it's not good for your body. There's a toll on your body, what you're going to have to pay for putting it under this much pressure physically. It's just how it is, and you've got to look after yourself. You've got to start going to the gym, you've got to start exercising, you've got to start stretching, and you've got to start doing mobility movements. Maybe start swimming, I don't know. What success looks like within the trade, it's not just about money, it's about growth, yeah? There are some plumbers who are rich, yeah? And there are some plumbers, a lot more plumbers, who are just surviving, right? So it's about creating a name for yourself, which creates you to be able to be in that pool of people who people are always thinking about when it comes to jobs. It's very hard for people to be successful as a plumber, but using leverages like social media, like Instagram, TikTok and stuff like that, that is obviously helping people get out there better, and obviously being conscious of the time when you're a plumber, of what your day rate is. The day rate goes up all the time. You need to make sure that you're getting above average, never below average. Above average and never below average. You thought the video jumped. I just wanted to say it again. Sustainability. Could you do this trade for the next 10 or 20 years? Or even 40 years? You need to think about ways how you're going to deal with the toll what this trade has on your body physically, yeah? But now you must need to, what you need to start doing is working smart and not hard. So many people say this, but they don't understand. So training and development is always going to future-proof you for the future, right? Upgrading the skills and the qualifications, what you have to be able to allow you a more comfortable job within the trade, is something that we all should be looking at when we look at sustainability within being within the trade, because there is money to be made in it. It's just asking yourself, could you do 20, could you do 30, or could you do 40 years within this industry? Think about it. It's something for younger people to have on their mindset. Are you going to be going to sites in 20 years time? Are you going to be doing the type of work what you do now in 20 years time or 10 years time? The answer is something which I want you to leave in the comment section of this video. This video has took me a little while to put together because it's all been thoughts and things which I wish I knew earlier, and 20 years later I will still tell you what I said in the opening part of the video, which is every good plumber learns. They learn lessons about themselves, they learn about our industry, and we learn something new every day. There's so much parts of this business which you will never be taught in college, which you have to pick up along the way. And having a good mentor, someone to look up to, someone who you see doing business on the level which you want to be on, is a good place to start. It's okay to idolize a good plumbing company or a plumber who is doing well and is showing you the way how to do something. And again, we know that we all emulate people in life. So emulate the person who you feel is doing successful, pick up on the things what you're not doing, and go back on this video and look out for some of the key points and write them down and answer the questions for yourself. But I want to know if this video added any value to you. I would like you to subscribe to my channel, turn the notifications bell on, and look out for the next video which I'll be dropping on this series, which will be talking about plumbers and growing a business with Mr. London Plumber.